I'm more addressing the issue of the Spanish program, like with, oh, Jacob Gerhardt, sorry. Like with the cuts, what is that all entailing? Like when you're cutting that 47.5%, what is it cutting? Like, is it cutting a whole section of, like, say, the Spanish fee, or what is it cutting? What does that all entail?
Jacob, Spanish as well as the other electives information was provided to the board out there, and some of the same responses I gave to Rebecca in terms of the offerings will change up in terms of the time period piece. If you're in the senior high, obviously you'll have more opportunity, but there'll be less minutes. You know, right now you're in 87 to 89 minute periods. Those will be reduced to 70, and so there will be potentially more opportunity in terms of the elective choices out there. And students can debate whether that's good or bad in terms of studying for 4 courses during the course of the day versus 5, etc. And again, the thrust between and/or in amongst the recommendations out there is the belief, studied by this board and previous boards, that we knew this issue was coming. And Jim Weller asked last week, why didn't we get to this critical point sooner? In terms of, you know, the boards have felt that we've been able to afford up until this point out here. The data that was presented to the board in terms of number of shared staff this last year, the number of students that were not able to get the courses that they chose in their first registration process, etc. And that. So in terms of Spanish out there, it works in terms of the same offerings, if you will, less sections, part of it in terms of the economies derived in the junior high PCB.
Mr. Brooks, could you answer Macy's question about the class sizes, please?
In terms of, Brad, the class sizes are anticipated to be very similar to what they are this year. In terms of again, we only have so many kids out there, and we will be decreasing the number of opportunities in the junior high school. If you move from 7 to 5, everybody in the room can pretty much do that math. I think, you know, we will be increasing the number of opportunities in terms of the senior high school, moving from the 4 to the 5. In terms of, there will be more places to put kids in terms of those sections, particularly in senior high school. Part of the issue that the board has wrestled with, and they have the section data, and Randy referred to it in the paper, and Joyce, I'm hopeful that you're sincere in terms of wanting education and those pieces out here. In terms of, we have section numbers this year that are indeed good for kids out there, but they're single digits in terms of the number of kids in the courses. And that's wonderful, but we can't afford single digits in the courses. And you know, Lisa, a number of you here involved with education, there aren't many schools out there that can offer single digit courses. Some of the scales of economy that we're going to derive from with these reductions are likelihood that, you know, where there was a course with 9 students in it, that could very well be 17. If you go through the, you know, Brad answering your question, Rebecca's question, and just general information, the board's been presented lots of data in terms of enrollment, in terms of WADMs, all of those math pieces that Mark said last week or earlier this week didn't matter, or didn't understand, or those pieces out there. In terms of basically in our secondary for the foreseeable future, the maximum number of kids per grade level that we're going to have is going to be in the low 90s. The low 90s divided by 3 sections mean an average of, you know, 30, 32 per section out there. When you build master schedules, it is not a perfect world in terms of particularly courses that are singletons, and so there will be, as there are now, anticipated some class sizes that are, you know, 34 to 36. There are some class sizes that will be 26, 27. those are not new numbers in terms of, we've dealt with those numbers, pretty much in, the last 6, 8 years in terms of course sizes out